Hey, look at this. This is the Eiffel Tower, the most iconic landmark in the world. What if I told you that back in 1925, an ordinary man walked into Paris and decided to sell the Eiffel Tower when he didn't own even a single bolt of this magnificent structure? I'm not talking about a movie here, I'm talking reality, and I want to show you today how this man did it. This was the wake of Victor Lustig, a man who realized that the most dangerous thing you can own isn't a weapon, it's an ego that wants a shortcut to the top. Hello friend, my name is Q. Today we're going to dissect the anatomy of the greatest con in history. Victor Lustig was no small-time crook. Born in 1890 in what is now known as the Czech Republic, he was fluent in 5 languages and possessed an uncanny ability to read human nature. In 1925, he arrives in Paris, and one morning as he's reading the newspaper, something happens to capture his attention. In a Mandarin report, it is stated that the government is struggling to maintain the extreme expense of the Eiffel Tower. For an ordinary person, they would just flip the pages of the newspaper, but to Lustig, he sees this as a business opportunity. He realized the tower was a temporary exhibit with no permanent status, a financial liability disguised as a monument. His plan was simple, the principle of exclusive opportunity. So Lustig comes up with a mastermind idea. He would look for businessmen who are into the metal scraping companies and convince them that the government is secretly trying to get rid of the Eiffel Tower, and that he himself, Lustig, was sent by the government on this secret errand to find the businesses which are interested in signing the contracts for the destruction of the Eiffel Tower. He knew that this would bring a lot of businessmen to him. So Lustig forged government papers and government stationery, and he made himself to appear as a secret government official who had been sent to sell the Eiffel Tower to the elite of Paris. He then handpicks 5 scrap metal dealers for a top secret meeting at the Hotel de Crillon. He booked this expensive hotel because he wanted this deal to seem legit. He tells this man the government wants this tower gone, but he doesn't want to tell the public. So you guys are the lucky ones. You must act fast if you want this contract, because it's a now or never situation. He's watching them like a hawk. He's not looking for the smartest person in the room, but the most insecure one. He plays on their insecurity, saying that if they act fast, they win, and if they hesitate, they miss out. In the room, he watched the dealers. He looked for the one who was the most eager to prove himself, the one who wanted the status of being a major government contractor. He targeted a man named André Poisson. André wasn't just a businessman, but also an outsider trying to break into the inner circles of Paris. Lustig exploited this by telling Poisson that he was supposed to pay a bribe if he wanted the contract. He said the bribe was the standard procedure for the state contracts. By charging a bribe, Lustig made the deal look legitimate. If he had offered it for free, Poisson would have been suspicious. So by making him pay extra, Lustig made Poisson feel like he was participating in a real high-level corrupt transaction. André Poisson signs the paperwork. Everything is sealed, and he's happy, thinking he's lucky that he has won this government contract. Poisson wasn't fooled by a fake badge, he was fooled by his own desire for a shortcut. André Poisson paid a bribe of around 70,000 francs, which is around $1 million today, on top of the original purchase price of the deal. Lustig secured the cash and finalized the paperwork. Lustig then fled the country, and it wasn't long when Poisson realized he had been tricked. Lustig is back in his country of refuge, waiting to see on the news that he's the most wanted man as he made a fake deal. But to his surprise, he realized that André Poisson was scared or was too embarrassed to go and tell on him on the police, because that would even put his reputation to a downfall. Lustig would then return to Paris to repeat the same stunt, but this time around was reported earlier to the police, so he fled without being caught again. The lesson here isn't about how to pull off a scam, it's about how shortcuts are sometimes the most expensive path you can take. There are no shortcuts in life, Let us strive to do things the correct way and not the corrupt way. Thanks for watching and see you on the next part.